God damn. I mean, God damn. Yo, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? Dude. Oh my God.
I think we just witnessed.
Where do we start? Go ahead. What?
Oh my! I don't even know. We may have just witnessed the greatest UFC pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah.
We may have witnessed.
I think this is our like. I was on Twitter after the second the co-main event. It was already being spoken about like that. Like one of the greatest. Could it be the greatest now? I mean,
it definitely is the greatest main card. Definitely the greatest main card.
Dude, how insane. Yo. What the fuck?
I don't even. This doesn't feel real. It feels like somebody's dropped a pill in my fucking drink, and I'm woken up in Never Neverland.
Okay, well, let's start Let's start with the. Let's start with Rose. Actually, no. You know what? Let's start with GSP just because of the fact that just happened. So we need to like digest everything and everything. But GSP coming back after 4 years away, putting on all that muscle, looking tired as shit, mind you.
He looked heavy as fuck. He looked like he was blowing out his ass.
Dropping Michael Bisping and then putting him to sleep. First of all, good on Michael Bisping for not tapping. That's a warrior. But god damn.
Right. I'm gonna play the devil's idea, and I'll be the bad guy because I don't mind being the bad guy because I'm English and drunk as fuck right now. You know, there's been many Jack Daniels consumed with me and my amigo who just left. So there's been some craziness and there's been many cuss words flown out the window. Two things I want to just point out that kind of pissed me off during this main event, though. One, the short grab that GSP did in the first round, which resulted in the cut breaking. The second thing, in between the rounds, the fact that they were just like, yo, just put a cup in his pants so it can just dangle there. That's bullshit. Because that limits him, it makes him wary of it, it puts an additional crutch, like additional weight on his mind. Those two things I did not like throughout the entire fight. And also, if anybody didn't notice, did anybody notice that GSP decided to conveniently lose his mouth guard when he was blowing out of his ass after the first round? Or is it just me?
I don't know. I mean, I thought it was in his shorts, wasn't it? Like hanging in his shorts?
What? What was...
His mouthpiece is hanging in his shorts. Like, you never put it in your shorts like, in between like rounds?
No, I don't know. All I know is he couldn't find his gum shield conveniently between rounds. I'm just saying, it was some Yoel Romero bullshit going on.
They only bought him like a few more seconds.
Seconds mean minutes.
I know. Okay, all right. Well,
I'm allowed to be salty, man. The greatest mixed martial artist in, you know, English history, British history, whichever you want to call it, just lost his title. Like, I'm allowed to be salty as fuck.
Yeah. Real quick on the YouTube comments, Joy Tremendous, what up, man? Uncle Hank's drinking, buddy, saying sweet baby Jesus. You see in the comments, Boxell saying GSP notorious for cheating. That's what winners do.
Yo, that's some bullshit. I ain't buying that right now. Screw you guys. If Conor McGregor did all this bullshit, you would have been losing your minds.
Oh, like a motherfucker. You see saying, I'm going to drink my body weight in liquor and hope I fucking die tonight. It was getting crazy. Joey Tremendous goes, hurry up, assholes. Tonight was insane. He was on the video, on the fucking link before the show started going, hurry the fuck up. So, I mean, fuck. All right. So what surprised you the most in the main event?
What in the GSP Bisping fight?
Right.
What surprised me most, if I'm being honest, is how easily GSP was getting hit. That surprised me a lot. I wasn't surprised that GSP looked good in the first round because it's the first round. I expected him to kind of lag off in the later rounds. I think the main thing was I was surprised that GSP was getting hit as much as he was.
Okay, GSP getting hit as much as he was, really?
Yeah, because I expected better movement because he actually weighed in low. He weighed under the 185. If you remember us speaking about it on the Heel Hook show, we was talking about that he was going to utilize his speed a lot, and I thought he'd be a little bit more in and out as opposed to getting in and getting hit as often as he did.
Okay. What about Is it just me, or was Bisping kind of seemed like super hesitant to throw anything? I mean, afraid for the takedown.
Yeah, of course. Where are you going to be, aren't you? You're talking about the king of lay and pray.
He didn't lay and pray tonight, man.
Yo, in fairness, though, like, Bisping was vicious from the bottom, though. He split GSP open everywhere.
Yeah. Dude, I'm still trying to figure out what to even say about this shit. For real.
For me, the craziest thing in the entire world is it was starting to look like GSP was fading off to the point where Bisping was going to actually get the W. And, you know, I'm going to sound bitter and I don't care. I'll be salty as fuck. I don't give a fuck. The fact is there's a part of me that wonders if these additional things, if they weren't leaning towards GSP, could we have seen a little bit more from Bisping? And that's the only thing that kind of irks me a little bit. I just think to myself, there were a few little things that I just kind of go, like immediately as GSP had his glove grabbed by Bisping, the jumping on it, slapping Bisping's hand out of the way, but nobody said anything about like GSP grabbing the shorts and ripping.
Joining us, Jeremiah from the Hardcore MMA Show. How are you, sir?
What's up? Better late than never.
I hear you. We're still waiting. Hopefully, haven't heard from Kirby yet. We're hoping. Oh, there's Fred Kirby. Speaking of the devil. All right, we got the whole crew here. Fucking Joey was asking about you, Kirby. He was saying, "Where the fuck is the ginger? I need to hear from the ginger."
The voice that makes the ladies moist.
That British cocksucker right there is a ginger, not me.
Yeah,
well, I'm blonde as everything. I'm blonde.
Yeah, I'm fucking blonde. He's ginger.
That's the fun part because no one has ever been able to catch on to that he's not a ginger like, at all.
But
you're not ginger?
He's not, dude. Look at him.
That's the most gingerest blonde I've ever seen.
Well, they call it strawberry blonde.
Strawberry blonde. Okay.
I'm fucking redheaded.
All right, so
I can barely fucking talk after that event. I'm fucking hoarse.
You were freaking out about the main event?
I was up in the TV when Rose won. Shit.
Yeah, that whole card, dog. Listen, all three champs lost. Like, has that ever even happened on a card before?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Many cards where three champions have fought to lose their goddamn belts in the UFC. Holy shit!
All right, so let's go one at a time here. Let's start here with Fred. We're talking about the main event. You know, obviously, Ash Lamprey over here is a little upset, but it's understandable. His countryman just got put to sleep. But Fred, that main event, dude, GSP coming back 4 years later, added muscle mass. Can he handle the ring rust? Obviously, he can. Looking a little tired, getting cut the fuck up like a motherfucker, drops Michael Bisping, and then chokes him out. Your thoughts, sir?
Listen, make no mistake about it. He was on steroids tonight. Did you see the way that cocksucker was fighting like fucking Frank Dukes from Bloodsport Reincarnated? I've never seen nothing like it in my life. Listen, I thought Bisping was going to run roughshed over GSP. I did not think he was going to come out and strike aggressively like that. What the fuck? He shot for 2 takedowns, one of which after he thunderstruck Michael Bisping and dropped him for the second time, I think. I mean, man, I don't really like to give GSP all that much credit, but goddamn, you got to call a spade a spade. That motherfucker came out the night and fought aggressive, exciting. He was on steroids. That's the only excuse I can think of. I don't know.
Oh shit!
If that's not the case, GSP looked fucking phenomenal, man. And I wouldn't even say that Bisping took him lightly. I'd like to say that, but Bisping rocked him. Bisping was doing what Bisping does. He had a weak first round. He was starting to come on strong. Fuck, GSP looked like shit when he landed that punch.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy. Jeremiah, your thoughts? I know you were. I'm sure you were freaking out.
Man, that fight was so back and forth. For 1 minute, I made a post that said GSP is going to have to finish Bisping to win this fight if it keeps. No, I said Bisping is going to have to finish GSP. Yeah. If the fight keeps going like this, it's going to be one-sided. Then the next thing you know, he's fucking cut up. Then the next thing you know, fucking GSP is gassed out, slower than a motherfucker. Then, before I went on, I heard Ash talking. He mysteriously misplaces his mouthpiece. I said, oh, that's an old veteran move if I ain't never seen it, buddy.
Yeah.
got him a few extra seconds. But yeah, he did look like shit before he landed that punch. That was a good fight. And I don't think it's ever happened. 3 championship belts getting changed in the same night.
Yeah,
and he is on fucking steroids. He was coming forward like a fucking Mack truck, man.
dude. Overhand right, Superman jab. First of all, his jab was even more
spinning heel kicks.
Yeah, dude. He was just like, it was like he came in like, look, I'm gonna put on as much muscle as I can, and fuck it, he's gonna throw as heavy as I can with everything.
Dude,
Jean-Claude St. Pierre.
Did y'all notice, dog?
What?
Tonight, this whole world, everything is so insane. Freddie Roach wasn't even shaking. Whatever happened tonight, it took away Freddie Roach's Parkinson's. I'm looking at Freddie Roach. He's fucking calm as a leaf on a tree.
Fuck, I told my son, I said, can you believe that what, like Fred said the other day, what the fuck is this world coming to? George St. Pierre is fighting Michael Bisping for the middleweight championship of the world. And one day, retired champ, came back after 4 years, and now he's a fucking middleweight champ. And
finished him in a very exciting fight. That's the fucking craziest part.
Yeah, it wasn't boring at all.
The other with those elbows was pinpoint accuracy. He was raining them bitches down, boy. I thought it was over then, but once he snuck that leg in and got the back, and it was under the shin deep, that shit was over. But hey, all respect to Bisping. He went out like a gangster. He ain't tapping.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that dude ain't going to tap. He going to sleep, dude. But it was fucking crazy. Real quick, off the comment, shout out to Raider. UC Boxel on here. Liam, what up, man? He said Liam says GSP versus Anderson for the middleweight title. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll tell you that. Hopefully not, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Prince said, oh Jesus. Prince, here you go, Ash. Prince says Conor is next to lose his belt.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That boxing shit fucked him up.
At this point, I don't know. Anything can happen in the fucking world of MMA right now. Jesus Christ.
For real.
Yeah. Let's see. Raider says Bisping wasn't even about to tap. He's like, fuck it, I'm going out. Fucking right he was. Mike Jarvis, what up, man? He says, holy shit, that card was awesome. All right, let's talk about Michael Bisping. He did retire, and he said, I'm still here. I'm gonna, I'm coming back or whatever. But he wasn't, to me, he wasn't like solid about it. Is this the last we've seen of your boy there, Ash?
What else is there left for him to do now? There's no real other fight for him. If we're being completely honest, that's going to mean anything to him. Like, he's fought against every great that he could possibly fight against. He's competed against the top guys. The only other person that he hasn't fought against is Chris Weidman. But at this point, why would you fight him? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing for him right now. There's nothing for him to benefit from. Personally, I'd rather see him retire rather than take an unnecessary fight. It just kind of seems like if he's going to do it, fight against somebody who's like 5th, 6th, 7th, a little bit higher up, and fight in England, get your swan song, and just get out. If you're going to fight, personally, I'd rather see him retire. I think there's nothing else left for him to do. I think he's established himself as one of the greatest mixed martial artists of his generation and arguably of all time.
What about you, Jeremiah? I think the count is done.
No, I don't think he's done. I think he's going to keep fighting, and now we can see him and Romero.
Yeah,
coming for you, boy. I'll see you soon, boy.
Yeah. He goes, I love you, Michael Bisping. What the fuck?
I love you, Michael.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing. It was a 205, wherever it was in New York. He was like, I love you, Michael. It's like fucking crazy. Yeah,
Joe
I don't know, Fred.
does the perfect.
Dude, he's so good.
He does it perfect, man.
Yeah, he's so good at it. But every time he does it, he starts coughing his ass off on the podcast. He's just like, he put effort.
I had to get a drink of tea.
Yeah, I think he has to put effort into that shit. Fred, what do you think there, man? Is Mike done?
It's hard to say, man. I mean, I think his title aspirations are over, and this whole little jig is up. So it kind of depends on what he wants to do. I mean, like Ash said, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a swan song in England. Or maybe even a couple fights and take that gatekeeper role. But I don't know. Bisping has other talents. He does well with the whole broadcasting thing. So I wouldn't be terribly surprised to see him hang it up. I mean, what else does he have to accomplish at this point? He became the champ, defended the belt, fought GSP. I mean, probably got a pretty big payday with this. He has options. It's hard to say. I personally would like to see him retire. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, maybe he could take that swan song in England, and that would be cool against maybe another veteran or some shit like that. But even if he retired now, I'd be cool with it. It wasn't a bad performance from Bisping. You know what I'm saying? He got caught and fucking GSP jumped on him. It wouldn't be the worst fight in the world to go out on. And if we're being fucking honest, like this whole Bisping having the belt thing has all been a little weirdy-beardy anyways. Yeah. I mean, if Luke and Bisping fought tomorrow, how many people would really pick Bisping again? Like, it's off. And then he fought Henderson, and he deserved it. And then he fought GSP to get the big payday, and he deserved it. I want to say I feel like the middleweight division has been restored to a little bit of normalcy, but it hasn't, because what Michael Bisping's going to do, and quite frankly, not to be a cunt and just ride it with the winning team, but I don't care now. He lost. Who gives a shit? What's more interesting now is what the fuck is George going to do with the middleweight belt? He seemed very non-committal about what his next move was, talking about when they came up to middleweight. Yeah, basically what you're saying, George, is you thought you could win Mike, and you took it and you won, and you was right. But now you don't really know what the fuck the next move is. So I don't know. I'll defer back to you, gentlemen. Fuck Mike. We'll see what happens with that in the long run. Either way, it's not all that interesting. What does George do? Does he defend the belt? Do we have does he vacate it and go to 70?
If he goes to 70, he gets smashed by Woodley.
If it's in his contract that he's got to defend it against Whitaker, he can't vacate it, can he?
Well, no, but that was I said that, and I'm a nobody. I just heard. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually in the contract. I don't know if that's been confirmed.
Yeah, I've heard it on several. I
have too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that too, but okay, Ash, you're saying if he goes, let's say he goes down, say that somehow he gets that out of the contract, or it's not even true. He goes down to 170. The only fight there for him is Tyron Woodley. Go to the belt right away. What are you thinking, Ash?
I'm saying he gets absolutely smashed by Woodley because he will not be able to take the shots that he took from Bisping from Woodley. He just won't. There's no way on God's green earth. And if he can't keep Michael Bisping down the way that Michael Bisping was able to pivot and get up in those earlier rounds, good luck getting Tyron Woodley down and staying down. And as well, you've got to take into account the weight cut's going to be grueling now. Having to put in on that muscle mass. Imagine having to cut down to 170 now. Dude, it's going to be a real tough weight cut with a guy who's genetically, he looks like he's on fucking steroids. And if he lands one fucking hit on Bisping's chin, on GSP's chin, it's done. It's a game over. It's not the same. It's not like getting hit by Bisping. He's got that one hit a quitter punch, and I don't think he'd be able to take one shot from Woodley. Nope.
And what up?
If it is in the contract, he's got to get past Whitaker first. Let's not get crazy here talking Woodley.
Okay, well, let's go with that then. You fight Robert Whitaker, Jeremiah. What are you thinking?
He gets trashed on the feet. He's got to take this fight. And if we're being honest, completely honest here, if he wouldn't have snuck that sneaky left hook in, if it went all 5 rounds, he was going to lose that fight tonight. I think Bisping was going to outwork him. He was slowing down visibly, done got flat-footed, and he was a lot slower than he was before. I don't know if it's the added weight or is he just that much older and slower, but I think Bisping was on his way to outworking him and winning the fight. That's just to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, Fred, what does GSP do?
He was cut the fuck up. And
he was bleeding his ass out.
Listen. And you could tell it was messing with him a little bit. He was like, damn, I'm bleeding.
Listen, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I ain't never betting against fucking Roy George again, Jack. Fuck the most of them. Fucking Woodley my ass. He ain't faced nothing like Roy George. Roy George is going to come down and put them fucking Frank Dukes kicks to him. Listen, fucking, you remember that little fight with fucking Nate Marquardt? Yeah. If he can do that to fucking goddamn Tyron Woodley, this new and improved GSP, forget about it. Robert Whitaker, let me remind you of a little fight with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. If that can happen, forget about it. If they don't bust George for steroids, everybody else is fucked.
There you go. So, look, I don't know if George's on steroids or not, but I was like, as soon as he came out and got in the cage, everything, I'm like, holy shit, he's big as fuck. Like, he's thick as shit. Shoulders are blasted out and everything. And he was throwing heavy shots. He wasn't. I thought he was going to try and knock Michael Bisping out.
Listen, all bullshit aside. Yeah. I did not think that his physique actually looked all that telling. I didn't think he looked that huge. He looked in good shape, but whatever. He's moving up to 85, right? He has to cut no weight. Of course, he looks kind of big. And all joking aside, though, when is the last time we have seen a GSP that was that aggressive.
For real.
Matt Sarah.
I don't know. I mean, dog, real shit. You'd have to go back to like a Matt Hughes fight.
Yeah,
You
man.
got to go back to Rush St. Pierre, George Rush St. Pierre.
I mean,
Matt Sarah.
I haven't seen him that offensively aggressive in a very, very long time.
True.
Now, I necessarily, real talk, I don't think he was on steroids. You never know in this day and age.
Yeah.
But change something. Because, goddamn it, I wasn't a George fan before he left. And if he would have been fighting like this, I would have been.
Yeah, yeah.
Something changed. I don't know whether he fucking went to that sports therapist or what, but.
Do you think it's because, though, that he knew that he wasn't going to be able to like last into the later rounds, so he was just trying to get in and get out because he knew that he had the speed advantage, so he was just trying to get in, get out, and not go into those deep waters?
That's what I thought. I was like, he's trying to get old Mike out of there ASAP.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe, but even to do that, you have to get in the pocket and exchange. And he knows that Michael's a bigger, heavier striker. Either way, George had some stones tonight. He fucking got right in the pocket. And he got fucking socked in the kisser a couple times for it too. He did get popped. I mean, listen, that's how you finish fights. The reason that he wasn't finishing fights before is because he wasn't putting himself in the line of fire. He did tonight, and he actually took some shots, but god damn it, he gave it back too and was the better fucking man. I mean, if George can continue to fight like this, I'll fuck with him.
Because he wasn't champion.
Wait till that post-fight press conference. You're going to turn around and see George St. Pierre saying, I need to take some time away. I feel I cannot do this anymore.
He is not even going to make it to the press conference. He's going to get abducted. That motherfucker's in
I was going to say, he's like, I saw more aliens. No.
Him and Tom DeLong are fucking out of here.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, Raider says GSP's got supernatural powers, and then she says, "I love that that Bisping gave those elbows from the bottom. Though he was throwing elbows, he was doing whatever he could."
But y'all think Bisping looked good tonight?
No, I did.
I think he looked good.
You thought he looked good?
I thought he looked super tentative.
Yeah, for real, I did too.
You have to respect the takedown. You have to respect.
100%.
Hey,
and he starts slow.
When he got up, that first takedown, he got up very easily, though. I was like, this could be interesting here.
That when he did that, when he popped up that fast, that's what I thought the same thing you guys did. I was like, he's there. I think Mike's just hanging on for the third round.
Yeah.
As soon as we hit the third and GSP's breathing heavy as fuck, you're gonna see Michael Bisping turn it on, and we didn't even make it there. That's the only thing.
Well, if he beats Whitaker and they give it to Rockhold, how's that fight go? You know GSP is going to take it down, and Rockhold is a motherfucker on the ground, man.
He got jiu-jitsu. He got good jiu-jitsu and strong as shit.
Listen. This whole thing has been real fucking cute, and I'll give it to George. He's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
Luke Rockhold couldn't fight at 170 if he cut that big ass dick he's got off. George can make 70. That other man physically can. Like, this whole experiment's been cute, but I think that Michael Bisping is the one. I hate to hate on George, but I don't know. I don't see George fighting a Chris Weidman or a Luke Rockhold. I think those dudes are way too big. Robert Whitaker is still a guy who did fight at 170 at one point, taking nothing away from him. The size difference won't be that different. And listen, I know I was that asshole going into this fight that saying Bisping was too big, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm wrong, but goddamn, I cannot see. At least Bisping is at the tail end of his career. Guys like fucking, Luke Rockhold and Chris Weidman, those dudes are still a little younger and huge and athletic. I just can't see George wanting to take those fights. And even if it wasn't his contract to take one fight against Robert, I think after that, at the very least, he's dipping out at 85. I mean, certainly from what he said after the fight tonight, it didn't sound like he was positively wanting to stay at 85.
No, and he was coming forward and offensive, but him fighting an elite striker at middleweight, I think he gets mauled. I think Whitaker fucks him up on the feet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's possible. I think GSP has, I think GSP has no intention of fighting 185. I really don't. I think he's gonna move back down. I think he'll find a way to get the contract worked out or whatever.
Yo, listen,
he didn't sound convincing in the post-fight interview
about staying.
Like there's a fine balance between too big and too small. I'm thinking, I thought that he looked too big. like he tried to bulk up too much.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. I always like to make fun of Mike's eye because it's funny to make fun of his eye because his eye is funny to make fun of. But is that the side that he got hit on?
Yeah.
Yeah. George was talking about in the post fight. He said, "I'm attacking his right side."
I think, yeah. I mean, crazy ass Freddie Roach and shit, man. There might have really been something to that, man. Mike might not really, his depth perception might be a little shoddy from that side, and that might have kind of been why fucking old George landed that. Because damn, it did look like Mike kind of had the fight in hand right up till that point that he got thunderstruck on that fucked up eye.
Yeah,
he's been one-eyed for like 4 fights.
Right.
The thing is, though, is if he gets it repaired, because there's not a long enough time period for it to repair after having the surgery, it'll just burst again. So he can't get it done until he retires.
Right.
It's one of those kind of things. He's been fighting against some of the best in the world with one eye.
That was some funny shit in the weigh-ins. GSP making fun of his eye, just laughing.
Oh yeah, that
was funny.
Yeah,
Mike, you have googly eye.
Where's your glasses, that Michael? That shit was so, and you could tell Mike was like super fucking pissed. He's like, I can't get under this motherfucker's skin. What the fuck?
Dude, that's the thing about GSP is that you can never get under his skin. He's like,
okay.
He's like created in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. He was like created in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. He's fucking happy all the time.
Listen,
you ain't punking no old man down. We ain't having that shit.
Let's wrap this main event up, but
we got
prediction time. What does GSP do next, and what does Mike do next? Does Mike and not who they fight? Well, who does George fight next, and does Mike fight again or nah?
Go ahead, Jeremiah.
I think Mike fights again, and if it is in his contract, he'll have to fight Whitaker. If not, I say he vacates and goes chases Woodley. If he don't have to fight Whitaker. If he does, he stays and fights Whitaker. And I mean, who knows how that fucking fight is going to go. This fight tonight was so wishy-washy. It was almost weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm tweeting one message, then I'm going back trying to renege that and tweeting another one. No, never mind. This and that. I ain't know what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I think. If he don't got to fight Whitaker, he vacates and goes back down to his home and chases that belt, which he'll probably get the immediate title shot if he does.
Sure.
If not, he stays and fights Whitaker.
All right, Ash.
What about this? I left before. I really didn't hear the whole speech, but surely he didn't call out Connor like they were saying he was going to.
No. There's no reason.
I thought that was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Ash.
I'm gonna go with he's gonna fight against Woodley next. I just think that it depends on the timeline for Whitaker whenever he'll be healthier, and I think that you'll probably get Woodley next because they want to get rid of Woodley as the champion anyway. What better way to throw him down there? I don't like it for him, but I think that's going to be the next fight for him. And I don't think Bisping fights again, and I kind of hope he doesn't. I just hope he doesn't. So
I'm gonna go with GSP bumps down at 170, fights Woodley, and then Whitaker fights Bisping for the outright belt. I think that'll get offered, and I think this is gonna happen. I really do.
Apparently, Eddie has been up for way too long. Now, I'm going to tell you boys exactly what's going to happen here. Listen, George is definitely going to fight Robert Whitaker. I think that George is very fucking smart, and just like Randy Couture when he came back and fought the big dumb green giant, he knew he could win that fight. And listen, obviously, I think George knew something that we didn't know. Also, I think that he thinks that Robert Whitaker is. Plus, he's got a connection with Wonder Boy, who has a win over Robert Whitaker. If I'm not mistaken, the last guy to beat Robert Whitaker, and he finished him. So I think that George will look at that as a winnable fight. I do think he wants to go to 70, but he's a smart motherfucker. I think George has got 2 fights left. Robert Whitaker, and then he drops down to 70 and fucking probably becomes the cocksucking goat as much as it stings my tits if he does it. I think Bisping takes one more fight in England as a swan song, tries to end on a W, makes it a bit fight night type deal. He'll always be a fun fighter. If they get the right guy, that'll be fun. And I think Bisping at least wants to go out on a W.
Yeah, there is a fight night card in March or May.
March 17th, 2 weeks.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Mark your calendars, boys. That'll be his retirement fight.
Yeah. UFC London. It's fight night.
Where you at, Matt Hamill? Stop with those three.
Oh no! Oh shit! All right, fellas.
Brunson.
Yeah. Oh, there you go, Brunson. He can beat Brunson. Anyway,
Don't do that.
but Fred's like, no, fuck that. All right. Co-main event: TJ Dillashaw knocks Cody the fuck out. That was not as surprising as I thought it would be. And by that I mean like he looked really good. Until he got dropped by Cody, to me he looked really good. He was quick, agile footwork was on point. Fred?
I mean, listen, man, this fight really kind of went exactly how I thought it would, right? Fucking Cody dropped TJ in the first round, and then TJ ends up winning the fight in the fucking second. Like, this was one of those fights where you knew it was pretty much whichever guy got off first, man. Each one of these dudes was talented enough to beat the other one. I don't think anybody can look at this fight and be like, see, I told you, or see, I knew. Even TJ Dillashaw's camp, they knew, but shit, in that first round, there was 10 more seconds left. He loses this fight. That's just the way. If these cats fought 10 times, I'd say it'd probably go 5-5 or 6-4. They're just too good, too fast, too young, too athletic. This could have went like this, and it did, but I definitely don't think that anybody who picked TJ knows some fucking ancient Chinese mystery. Like, these guys are just really good. And this is, listen, you know what I learned tonight throughout this whole card? This is fucking why we love this sport, man. Anything is fucking possible. Like, at this level, literally anything is possible. Don't ever look at a fight and say fighter X has no chance, because that does not fucking exist. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, and a lot of people do have no chance, but you never fucking know that going into the fight, man. So I was a little shocked, especially after Cody dropped him in the first round. I was internally leaning towards Cody, so I'm like, okay, this is probably going to go how most of us assume it will, but most of us are dumbasses, right? There it is. What do we know?
And that's the thing, I didn't like Cody started dancing on him and shit. I'm like, dude, he's just gonna fucking make you pay for that. I don't know, Jeremiah.
But it worked against Dominic, so
yeah, it's true.
That's what I was going to get on. But first, I want to say, all you casual fans out here that don't know your ass from a hole in the ground, fuck with us podcasters. This is what we do. We break this shit down. Because didn't we know what's going on. Like the other night, we said when we done our pre-fight show that GSP looks calm, like he knows something that we don't. We said the same thing about TJ, and we also said that we feel that Cody is the more going to be fighting. You know what I'm saying? What am I getting at here?
Emotional. He's going to be the more emotional fighter, which he was. When he started fucking dancing, I knew then that TJ was going to fucking win, especially after he landed that fucking head kick. Yeah, he just didn't look like it was his night. I didn't think Cody looked good at all in this fight. Yeah, he looked off to me. I mean, I don't want to say injured, but he didn't look good.
And even in the weigh-ins, I told my son, I said, Dillashaw's got the fucking steroid nipples. He's fucking real to the gills, and Cody just looked flat and not cut. Didn't even have his little V that he normally got down here. You know what I'm saying? But I did pick Cody. I thought he was going to thunder strike him. I did pick Cody. I thought he was going to be a lot faster, which he was for a minute there. But I agree with Eddie. Once he started dancing, I knew it was the end. Then I said, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I almost want to say I'm thinking that the back injury for Cody is it was a lot worse than everyone thought it was, and maybe it's not fully healed. Ash, what do you think?
I thought, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I really thought that Cody looked really good in the fight. I thought he was in it all the way through the fight. The only thing that I'll say is I thought that TJ looked a little bit sloppy and a little bit overconfident in that first round. And I thought that he was, fainting a lot and everything like that. And I liked that Cody stayed compact, and every time that he got within the pocket, he was unloading on him, and he seemed to catch TJ a lot. I didn't like ironically, I didn't like in the first round how TJ was throwing his kicks and he was winging his arms. I just felt that he was going to get clipped when he was spinning around so flimsy like that, but it ended up working out for him when he catched him with that lead leg kick, when he skipped in with it. It worked beautifully. Like Kirby said, like, I genuinely think that if these guys fought 10 times, fuck knows who gets the 6th. Like, it could go 5-5. Like, this is one of those fights that I'd watch again and again, because when you saw these guys go into it, and even afterwards, when Cody pops up and when fucking TJ's celebrating and he roars in his fucking face, like, that's a fucking iconic image for this sport, man. Like, that's what everything about this sport that makes it so beautiful. When you see these two guys, I'm not going to lie. I kind of looked and thought, fuck, Cody might just try and chin him whilst he stood up. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was craziness when you just see him roar in his fucking face. And I'd love this fight, man. And, I hope we get to see it sooner rather than later. I'd rather see them run this back than see Demetrius versus TJ. I don't give a fuck about that fight. People can try and sell me that's a money fight. I don't give a fuck about that fight. I'd rather see Cody fight him again. I'm just saying. That's just me.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either, honestly. But they'll fight again at some point, especially
I
with
can
Cody.
see a trilogy between those two. I can see it going back and forth. And to touch on what Fred said earlier, I agree. 10 more seconds, and Cody would have won that fight. When he had him right, he got saved by the bell on that.
Super close fight, man.
Now,
He didn't know where he was at when he stood up. He was still trying to be cocky but wobbling at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, where the fuck's my corner at? What the fuck?
Yeah, he has stanky leg going on both legs right there.
Yeah.
All right, with I mean, Ash already touched on it. The call out of Demetrius Johnson by TJ. You buying that, Jeremiah?
Yeah, but I don't think DJ is going to take it unless it's in his weight division. But here's what I say, like we said earlier on the pre-fight show, I don't like holding up either division. You know, if they're going to fight, let it be like we said, that fucking catchweight fight, just for fucking bragging rights and to cement DJ as the GOAT. I don't see why DJ has to move up to prove that he's the fucking best. That's kind of disrespectful for us to make him do that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't move up and beat TJ, then we can't consider you as the GOAT. He's beat every motherfucker besides Dominic Cruz that you put in front of him. And Cruz was bigger. He's in his weight class. So I ain't buying it unless he goes down to fucking DJ's world. But he's the champ too, so you can't expect TJ to do that. So I don't know where the fuck they're going to go with that fight. I would like to see it, though.
All right, Fred, what do you think?
Listen, Jack, I'll be disrespectful. I'm buying it. I don't want to see – listen, I don't necessarily need to see DJ fight TJ, but I need to see DJ fight somebody at 35 that I can get excited about. I do not give a rat's pussy hole about watching DJ fight the winner of fucking Cejudo and Diet Pettis. Not even that little tiny bit. Nope, I don't care at all. I don't care if Henry Cejudo comes out and fucking, has the performance of his lifetime against Sergio Pettis. In my book, that does not merit a rematch with DJ. It does not make a fun fight. But at 35, fuck, man. TJ be a great fight. Sure. Cody be a good fight. Run them shits back. Hell, even let Dominic fight fucking Jimmy Rivera. Fuck, who's number 5 at 35? John Lineker?
I think you're right.
Beat him already?
Fuck it. I'll take that. That fight should have happened at 25. So let it happen at 30. Either way, any fight they can make at 35 damn near for DJ is more exciting than anything he's got going on at 25. Fuck, Anderson Silva, in my opinion, had a better run at 85 during his run than DJ's had at 25 based on strength of competition. And when he went up to 205, he fought fucking James the Sandman Irvin. So let's lob DJ a softball here, man. Fuck. There's got to be a 35er he can fight that'll be competitive, but fuck,
Yeah,
Forrest Griffin that was coming off of a loss, but before that, he was fucking champ, So
right. But that was the second fight at 205, though. This will be DJ's first at 35 in a month of Sundays.
Yeah, well, shit. I don't know. I still don't care about that TJ DJ fight at all. And I'm kind of with Fred on this one. Give me some, I'd rather see the Dominic Cruz rematch at 35. That's the one I want to see.
I would love to see it, but I would give Cody the better shot at beating DJ than TJ.
So, listen. The reality is, if it was TJ, Cody, goddamn it, Dominic, fucking Jimmy Rivera, any of those guys versus fucking DJ would be more exciting than anything at 25 right now. I mean, DJ needs a challenge. That's the bottom line.
All right. Quick on some of the comments here. Book Sales says Wonder Boy doesn't work at a TriStar anymore. Yeah, he's in New Jersey or I don't know, went home. Yeah, but I know, but he used to work at TriStar, so that's why they have a connection.
Yeah, don't matter. They got a connection, and if George wants that fight, they'll find a way to get a hold of Wonder Boy. George got more money than God.
Raider says have a DJ fight Nunes. Fuck it. And then Book Sale, yeah, right. Book Sale says who was in Cody's corner? Team Alpha Male changed head coaches. Justin Buchholz was in there. I don't know if it was I don't know who was head coach this time around, but yeah, you're right. It's like 5 head coaches that at Team Alpha Male now, and Justin's as the Muay Thai guy now. Who knows why? I'm sure this was a leak out at some point. Justin was the one that announced on his own podcast, so we'll see.
Who was it talking shit to Cody that after the fight that Cody was running over?
It was. I want to say someone said it was TJ's brother. Yeah, someone said it was TJ's brother.
I think they said Joe Rogan said that's what TJ said. I think
he said that's my brother or something like that.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck.
Which for the record could mean a whole bunch of shit as far as it goes. I get drunk and call y'all motherfuckers my brothers. So
my brother, you know.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So that's that for that. I mean, Cody, just get back in line, dude. That's basically where you're at. I mean, what else are you gonna do with the guy? You know what I mean?
He's right there still.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's a win away from getting a title shot, if not the immediate rematch.
Right.
So
right.
So
we'll see. The winner of Rivera Cruz fights Cody.
I would love to see Garbrandt Cruz too for a title shot.
With no plantar or whatever the fuck they call that Cruz got in his feet.
Yeah, plantar fasciitis. Yeah, that's
he's supposed to be straight now.
He's all broken left and right, dude. That dude's more injured than anybody. All right. Moving on to probably my most. I mean, fuck, dude. I marked the fuck out when Rose finished Joanna and Jacek by knockout. By
tap out.
She tapped the strikes. I'm going off of
that shit.
Yeah. I'm going off of just what was officially announced as a knockout, but it was she did tap the strikes. But to drop her twice and the second time get on top of her, just go ape shit on top of Joanna like that, and have Joanna and Jacek tap the strikes. The Boogie Woman died. That she finished the Boogie Woman, Jeremiah. What the fuck?
She got booty problems.
Yeah.
Hey, this is up there in my UFC greatest moments when Robbie won the belt. I was emotional as fuck that night. I was that close to fucking crying when Randy beat Big Tim when he came back and won the heavyweight strap. This is up there in my top moments. I was in the fucking TV doing the Boogie Woman fucking bullshit because right before she knocked her out, I was just now fucking tweeting or on Facebook. The message I was writing was, Rose, after she dropped her the first time, I said, you belong in here. And then boom, she fucking knocked her out. So I was super fucking happy. I'm glad it humbled that bitch all the way down to JJ. I mean, I said she got rock coded. That's what I called it. When the champions get comfortable, they get into limelight, they get famous, all the way down to JJ's newfound suntan that she got now. That bitch used to be pale as a motherfucker. Now she's living in Florida, dark as hell, riding skateboards. You know what I mean? She needed this loss to get her ass hungry again. When champions get champions, they fight not to finish the fight. They fight not to lose that fucking belt, like Tyrone Woodley's doing right fucking now. You know, what's the difference in the Wonder Boy fight tonight? He looked hungry, like the old Wonder Boy. And that's what Rose was. She was cool, calm, and collected.
Dude, that shit yesterday at the fake weigh-ins when she was reciting the Lord's Prayer as Joanna was talking all that shit. Right, the whole time I'm just like, holy shit, that is some fucking with
her fist balled up, standing there.
Scary ass shit, right? Like I'll say, you guys seen fucking Pulp Fiction when Samuel L. Jackson's about to pop somebody, he gives him the coldest speech ever. You know what I mean? And it's and he will strike down with furious anger. And it's just boom! It's like, what the fuck? I thought that's exactly what I thought when Rose was doing that. So
Training day.
Yeah, Fred, Doug Rose is champ.
Yeah, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I seen her motherfucking saying the Lord's Prayer and looking the way she did, I didn't know what to make of it at first. I didn't know whether Rose was going to come out and do exactly what she did or whether she was going to come out and lay a fucking egg on us. Yeah. I really did. I'm a big Thug Rose fan, but I didn't know whether the moment was getting the best of her. She's not Fedor. She's never known to be completely cheerful or jovial, but she was noticeably quiet, noticeably very Fedor-esque, very stoic this whole time. I mean, even when fucking JJ was fucking touching her with her fist and shit, you know what I'm saying? Rose didn't blink. And I'm like, is Rose shook or is she just about to murder this hoe? Apparently it was the latter. And yeah, listen, man, there's a lot to be said for the fact that Johanna has obviously been drinking a little bit of her own Kool-Aid. You know, I'm going to break you. I'm going to eat your soul and all this bullshit. Listen, one thing that we should everybody involved in MMA should know. Whether you're a hardcore fan, a journalist, a fighter, an amateur fighter, we should all know that anything can happen. And anybody that is in there fighting for the belt in the UFC, even the most unworthy of challengers, probably deserves it in some way, shape, or form. And you better fucking take that person seriously. Now, I don't know if Joanna did not take Rose seriously. Maybe Rose is just that good and she's came into her own and she would have won this fight no matter what Joanna did. But you can't discount all the shit talk, like the leather jacket, the defenses. I have a big secret for you tomorrow. Apparently you don't got no secrets for nobody. Apparently fucking Paige Van Zant's getting that goddamn title fucking shot you thought you was getting, Slim. So listen, Rose looked amazing. Humble pie for fucking Joanna. I think most of us are probably pretty stoked at that, except for the diehard Joanna fans. It makes the division a little more exciting. Shit all around, man. And I mean, what the fuck, right? This is why we love it. That adrenaline. Listen, even if you're a Joanna fan, that feeling that you got right after Rose won that fight and knocked her out, that's what we're all here for, man. I've been on the losing end of that. I'm a BJ Penn fan. He's my favorite fighter of all time. So believe me, seeing him lose to Dennis Seaver makes my nuts retract up into my belly. But hey, man, this is what we're all here for. And that's it, man. Like, that's what makes this whole fucking thing so exciting. Fantastic performance.
Yeah, and like, this is a fight that I necessarily want to see as a Rose fan, because I thought Joanna was going to start her the way she starts everybody else. Another person that didn't want to see this fight was Ashley Lamprey. Ashley want to see this shit for anything. Huge Joanna fan, maybe even a bigger Rose fan. That being said, when Rose finished her out, the first one that hit me up, my phone started blowing up immediately. It was my boy right here. Your thoughts, sir, on that fight?
Yo, it was the craziest thing ever. Like, this was one of those fights where nobody was realistically giving Rose a chance. Nobody was. Everybody was behind Joanna, and rightly so. You know, I've said it before, and I still stand by this. To me, Joanna is the greatest female fighter in MMA history. I stand by that, even with this loss. I think Joanna is the greatest of all time in women's MMA because of the dominant displays that she's been able to put on everybody. The difference is this time when she came through and all these presses and all these weigh-ins, all this other bullshit, when she's talking shit in front of Rose's face, Rose didn't move. Rose didn't talk afterwards, causing like any kind of pandemonium. She wasn't kicking off. She wasn't angry after the weigh-in. She wasn't angry after any interaction with Joanna. Literally, every time she's like, okay, cool. And then she's reciting the Lord's Prayer and all that other bullshit. She's okay, cool. And every time you saw Joanna get angrier, talking about like, I'm going to beat you up. Okay, cool. I'm going to take your soul. Okay, cool. And then it got to that point where you was like, there's nothing else left for Joanna to say. And by that point, Rose has won. Because mentally, we're so used to Joanna getting a little bit of a rise. She's usually, you know, a little bit cocky, a bit playful. But this time, she was so adamant that she was going to put on a display. She put all this pressure on her shoulders. And Rose literally was like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to, like, win necessarily. Everybody's rooting against me. Like, that's cool. Like, if I lose, then what have I got to lose? Nothing, because it's already expected of me. Rose looked phenomenal. I thought she did exactly what she needed to do. She didn't bait her. She didn't try and pressure her by going too far forward and risk getting struck. She literally stayed at arm's length, legs length, perfectly staying in distance away, just enough to avoid everything that Joanna was doing. Joanna was getting more and more pissed, and then she was having to push forward, and then she was getting clipped. And at one point, you know, it looked like she was going to actually take her back. And it looked like she was going to actually get in there. And like I thought she was going to do, I thought she was going to take the back and sub her. That was my prediction. You know, I got so much flack for the Rose stuff. And I couldn't be happier for Rose because we finally got something where, you know, as cheesy as a post-fight interview was, and it was cheesy, don't get me wrong, all that kind of like, we need to love each other. Like, it was some hippie-ass bullshit, I get it. But you know what, right? It was cool as fuck to see somebody who's a good person come through and overcome insurmountable odds that everybody put against her. It was fucking beautiful, man. Regardless of, I'm a fan of Rose, I'm a fan of Joanna, and nothing's changed in that. But it's just fucking cool that sometimes the good guy wins, or the good woman wins in this case.
Listen, you know what was dope about what Rose said after her win? I believe her. Shit's whack. Like people always talk about, should this person or that person be like Conor? No, man. Nobody should try to be like Conor. You should try to be yourself. The reason why what Rose said wasn't corny or cheesy is because she meant it.
Yeah.
And it was real. Like, of course it was cheesy, make no mistake about it. Yeah. But she wasn't like it wasn't a show. She's just a unique person like that's been through a lot of trauma, has dealt with a lot of shit. And that bitch is on top of the mountain now. Most motherfuckers don't know what that's like. She's like a rapper, like Jay-Z or something, She's like from the hood, Milwaukee. There's a reason why her nickname is Thug. You hear the way she talks? Like, a lot of these fighters didn't have an upbringing like that girl has. And now to be the champion, like, most of us don't know what that type of journey's like. I believe her when she said it, and that's what makes it real and cool.
Yep. There's millions of girls around here. There's a million.
She's grown up a lot from when she was on the show. You know how she talked on the Tough Show? Yo, what's up, Rose? Man, I'm like, whatever. And then you hear her now. And did y'all see one of her interviews that she done yesterday during fight week where she was crying? Was it yesterday or the day before where she started crying?
That's it.
Well, they asked her about her dog. That's her. Is your dog still doing good? And she was like, yeah. And she started to cry a little bit. And they was like, you're emotional now. Why are you crying? And all she said, she just stayed there looking straight ahead. And she said, I'm the best in the world. She just believed in herself. And I am happy for her, man. It is like a storybook ending. She's grown so much. Because how old was she when she fought Esparza? 20, 19, 20 years old?
She's like 21, maybe.
21 years.
And I'm like, Fred, I believe that shit that she was saying, because my neighbor was talking shit because of the speech that she was giving. He was like, oh, I hope she don't talk shit. And I said, she's not going to talk shit. That's not who she is now. She's grown up.
Yeah,
and it's awesome that we've watched her journey. You know what I'm saying?
She's going to have millions of girls right now, millions of girls around the world, that are going to see this video over time. These girls are going to really relate to this bullshit, that not every girl is one of these chicks that's, a badass per se. You don't have to be a shit talk. You don't have to be a Joanna. You don't have to be, an Amanda Nunes. You don't have to be a Cyborg. You don't have to be those kind of people. You don't have to be a Ronda. You don't have to be one of these people that's like aggressive. You can be a mixed martial artist. And that's the key word, artist on the end. Like, you can be a star overnight from just putting hard work and just believing in yourself and being a good person. And that's what she's done. And there's a lot of people who can't relate to Joanna. And there's a lot of people who, like Kirby said, there's a lot of people, man, who can relate to being in shit situations and trying to fight through and break through. And that's what she's done. Like you say, top of the mountain now.
Yeah, when she dropped Joanna and she was hitting it with those shots, something was different about those shots, because that was like years of fucking pain, tears of blood, everything into every one of those shots to make Joanna tap like that. She popped up. I think she made a couple faces at her corner, and then the tears flew out. And that's how you know it was so real. And that's what you want from your people, right? Just be real.
Listen, we had 3 new champions tonight, right? Yeah. 1, GSP. This shit ain't nothing new to George, Jack. George is back, dog. He been the champ for moons. All right. TJ Dillashaw has tasted that shit before. He back. He knows what like he said, he even feel like he even lost to Dominic. In his world, he ain't never not been the champion. Thug Rose, this is her wildest dreams coming true. Yeah. Like, she ain't felt this shit yet. You know what I mean? Like, I feel way more, I mean, don't get me wrong, happy for all the winners and whatnot, but way more happier for Thug than the other 2 champions tonight. Like, this will be the best night of her life by a long shot. Till she has kids or some shit, this one won't be topped.
I'm happy for Pat Barry.
Man, fuck Pat Barry. I love Pat Barry, but tonight, top that motherfucker, Jack.
Being married, me having kids, he's happy as fuck. His career
I know. I was
all of his eggs in her basket, man.
Listen, I was thinking that actually when she won, I was thinking like somebody please put the camera on Pat.
That's what I thought.
See him over there? He was standing there
Start
like
crying like a little girl.
100%, 100% started crying. There's no way he didn't start crying. Every fight that she's had, that Pat Barry,
Dog,
every fight that she
he's
had,
emotional.
he cried. Oh yeah,
100%. There's a video right now that they're waiting to put out about him backstage.
it has
on
to
the
be.
floor, bawling like a baby.
Has
Man,
to
they're
be.
so cool together too. You can tell
Oh,
they
God,
really love
yeah.
each other. I like seeing them together, man.
They're the type of couple that makes you not want a side chick. Like, they're like
I would
so
like to see
happy.
my
It's
wife
like, you know
like
what?
me
Fuck
that
it,
much.
man. I'd even give up that little piece of side pussy for a
Hell
piece
yeah.
of that fucking happiness.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck! All right, so yeah, needs to say Thug Rose is a shit, and she's super happy. Make this one quick. Ash, rematch or a new fight someone else?
God, you've got to run it back. You've got to,
Yeah.
because it's just like, it's one of those fights where you just go, you know, I don't think Joanna took like damage per se like Ronda did when she got fucking cracked and like a face exploded. I don't think you have to worry about that per se. You know, when we saw her in the back when she was crying, Joanna, with, you know, like all the cornermen going around her and stuff. So she didn't get rushed off to hospital or anything like that. So let's run it back, man, because that's the only fight that makes sense. But I will say this: if my options is Paige Van Zandt fighting for that 125 title against the winner of Tough, or it's Joanna going up, fuck the rematch, throw Joanna into that real quick and get PVZ the fuck out of Dodge, because you cannot challenge with an L. Nope.
Real quick on that point, in case you guys are wondering, Paige Van Zandt put this shit out there on Twitter and wherever else they put it out there. Apparently Brett Okamoto of ESPN talked to UFC officials, and they were like, yeah, no, it's not happening. So who fucking knows?
For real?
Yeah, that's what they said. So who knows?
I was so pissed when I heard that shit, man.
Dude,
I would
everybody was.
Valentina.
Dude, everyone.
Let Valentina get that shit.
Nobody.
So she hold that.
One guy lost his I wish I could remember his fucking Twitter handle. He lost his fucking mind. He goes, "This bitch went 1-3 in her last 4, and she's gonna get a title shot." What the fuck? You know, he's freaking out. So yeah, so Jeremiah saying rematch, right?
Yeah, they're gonna do a rematch, and just to touch on what you were saying when she was throwing them shots, there was a little something extra in it.
Yeah,
it was all that bullying that JJ was doing to her too. You know what I'm saying? She grew up being bullied, being in the streets, got bullied by JJ. When they faced off, right when they was getting ready to fight, when they was in the center of the octagon, and JJ got all up in her shit, that shit just pissed me the fuck off, man. I got madder than hell when she done that. I'm glad she lost. Just hell, I'm gonna be mean about it. Fuck
it. Fred, the rematch or a new opponent?
I think you got to do the rematch, man. I mean, listen, we've kind of set a precedent for certain champions getting an immediate rematch if your title reign deems worthy by the powers that be, and the powers that be can be a little cunty. But I think Joanna, listen, if any champion deserves an immediate rematch for their title, it's Joanna, right? I mean, she deserves the rematch. All
right. I'm down with the rematch too. And real quick, it was funny because I know Ash and I talked about it. I think we might have talked about it on Keyboard Warriors with the face off at the fake weigh-ins was very Ronda Holm-esque, right? JJ was talking all that shit, and it's just Rose, cool, calm, and composed, saying the Lord's Prayer, and it was just like, ooh. And after that, remember we talked about that, and I was like, this reminds me so much of Rousey Holm. That's kind of crazy.
For real.
All right, rest of the card. I mean, fuck. Jorge Masvidal loses to Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy looked good. Wonder Boy looked really good. Jorge Masvidal didn't look so good though, and he looked confused by GSP. Hold up, GSP has been Hold up, real quick. GSP has been transported to the hospital per Dana White.
He's retiring.
What'd you say?
He's retiring. He's fucking retiring. I'm telling you. He's taking his belt and he's going home. I'm telling you. You ain't never seen him again.
You never know, man.
All right. Again, so make these next ones quick. With Wonder Boy Jeremiah, it's hard to sell a third fight with Woodley. I think it's almost impossible to sell a third fight with Woodley. Well, I mean, what do you do?
Hell if I know. Have they already said that Robbie, the winner of Robbie and RDA, gets the title shot?
No, well, they never actually say that shit. They just assume it.
It is hard. We were saying that during the fight. I don't want to see that third fight. So I really don't know what the fuck you do with Wonder Boy. But he did look good tonight. This is the Wonder Boy that should have fought Woodley. He gave Woodley too much respect. that movement, he looked good. He was aggressive. He looked pissed off.
Oh yeah, he was fucking throwing starch and shit. What about your thoughts there, Ash, on this one?
What about Wonder Boy versus Colby?
Colby Covington against Wonder Boy?
Yeah. Why don't we just make that happen?
If you could do it in Rio, I'm down.
Yo,
Just
he's getting or out. He gets jacked if he goes.
I'm fucking around. I'm just fucking around. I don't know. Hey, why not?
Yeah, that's the fight. That's the fight. Have them two fight, and then you can always throw the winner of that against whatever happens in X amount of months' time. Because I'm not mad because Robbie Lawler can fight against RDA. Whoever wins that, they can fight for the title. If that's the case, whatever has happened with GSP, because that's the ace in the hole, isn't it? You don't know what the fuck's going to happen with GSP. But if we're just assuming that the welter is just going on as is, then winner of Robbie and RDA, whoever faces Woodley, Colby versus Wonder Boy, and then that can be the next challenger. If GSP decides to stay up, but that's all if GSP stays up.
What about Darren Till, Wonder Boy?
And someone was talking about that. Who was talking? I think Dan Hardy was tweeting about that, and Dan Till tweeted back to Dan Hardy going, I fuck him up, right? Like I fuck him up.
That's the fight. Is Wonder Boy too big of a name? I guess not. He just got Cowboy.
I think Darren Till fucks him up though.
It just
for real.
I mean, you got that Mike Perry fight looming as far as Darren Till goes too, and I think
What about Darren Till and Masvidal? How you feel about that?
That's fun too. That's too.
All right. I mean,
listen. One thing's for sure. Don't nobody want to see that motherfucking third fight with Tyron Woodley, right? I mean, we know, none of it. No, I mean, listen, if all four of us vehemently agree on something, safe to say that that's probably the general fucking consensus. So I would go on a ledge and assume that nobody really wants to see that fucking fight. So yeah, let's do Colby. Let's do fucking Masvidal. I don't give a shit. Let's have him fucking bump up to 185 and fight Boranchina for all of me, but fucking not the rematch with goddamn Tyron. Not right now. He needs at least another finish amongst a top-ranked guy. I mean, he didn't even get the fucking finish. Now, he looked good and all, but let's not get crazy. He didn't come out and fucking Mr. Miyagi him or some shit.
Shit, but fucking Masvidal got into a point fighting game with a point fighter.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wonder Boy looked good, but he didn't get no fucking title shot off that win. Sorry.
No way. All right. And then Johnny Hendricks, man, I felt so bad for that guy. Like during the fight, I felt so bad for Johnny Hendricks. I mean, the body kicks that he got hit with like 3 of them. The first one wasn't much of, it was shitty, but whatever. The second one, you did see Hendricks' face like wince. He was like, "Ooh, shit!" Like, and he got fucked up. He got fucked up, Fred. Shit.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I think the Eraser and GSP are going to the same doctor.
Hey, that's the funny thing. Everyone on Twitter, I thought I was the only one that did it. No, everyone on Twitter was just like, Usada's looking at the dude like,
Yo,
okay.
Listen, I'm not gonna bullshit you. I was smoking a blunt while I was looking, but I was looking at that motherfucker's biceps, and I'm like, this motherfucker's got to be on roids. He
looks so huge.
His fucking biceps were like that big, dog. They were fucking shaking when he wasn't even moving. Johnny Hendricks was fucked. Johnny Hendricks looked old. He looked flat. Johnny Hendricks, bruh, how you gonna move up 15 pounds and still have back fat?
Yeah. You see what plain old Gary tweeted out? How is Johnny Hendricks in here looking like somebody's co-worker?
I saw that shit. That shit was funny as fuck, like some random dude. Jeremiah, but with Johnny Hendricks, man, it looked like it's over. I mean, it's got to be over. I mean, look, you got to take it back. I don't think it's over. I don't think he's going to fucking quit. I think he's going to try and move back down to 170. Yeah, I know. As misguided as that is, he's going to start saying that, I'm a 170er, man. I'm going to try and cut that weight again, man. Yeah. I mean, but.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
He might not quit, but the UFC going to quit his ass.
I think so, too.
If he quits or not, I think he's gone.
Look, but there's a reason they say, hey, how about you fight this Bohachina guy? You know what's funny? This guy's last name is Costa, right? I think his name's Pablo Costa, something like that.
Costa,
his nickname used to be his nickname used to be Bohachina. Changed it to Eraser. I think they told Hendricks, hey, you're fighting Bohachina. And he Googled Bohachina, some little motherfucker showed up, like, oh yeah, I can fight that guy. He shows up at weigh-ins going, oh fuck. That's not who I saw. You know what I mean? But
I thought Johnny was getting into a groove there for a minute, but it was a wrap.
Yeah, Ash. I mean, Ash Hendricks had his he had his moments, like one or two small moments, right?
Yo, I think he looked okay. You know what, right? It sounds so stupid, man, but I feel that like he had a good game plan, kind of like make Costa chase him a bit and kind of just run for the fucking hills whenever he tried to explode on him. And that was it. That was literally like, if he got the opportunity, try and throw that overhand. But he was just too big, too long. And it just like, I don't know, man. It just didn't look like a fucking good night. It's like when your big brother comes around to fuck you up and you're like, oh, fuck. I'm going to have to run, stick and move. And that was it. That was literally it. He was playing tag with his older brother, but his older brother had a brick in his hand. And that's what it was. And unfortunately, man, I feel so sorry for Hendricks because you know what, right? He really did try this time. He came in on weight. He gave a good showing to him, saying that there were no way on God's green earth he were walking out with a fucking win. And you know what, right? Sick ankle pick at the end.
Oh yeah. That was when he grabs the ankle.
He's 100% going to Bellator. Let's not get it twisted. He's going to Bellator, and that's that.
So all right. The thing about the other thing with Hendricks, I was like, when I was thinking about this fight right before the fight went down, I was like, man, this is a lot like Rocky 3, where he fights what's his name? He fights Mr. T. I forgot the guy's name.
No. I think
that's number 4. Number 3, he fights Mr. T, right? Mm-hmm. And he's just this huge guy. And I was like, look, Hendricks is gonna have to try and get him tired. Like literally try to make a miss, move around with footwork and everything, and get him tired, and then attack in the later rounds. Nah, I kind of wish he would have tried that at least, but no, it didn't happen. All right. Other fights on the card as fucking UFC.com says to be a piece of shit. Bro, you're right there? Who got? Oh. Sorry, I thought someone dropped. Yeah, I'm finally getting to work. James Vick finishes Joe Duffy. I was surprised. Anybody else?
I thought that was an early stoppage in my opinion, but I'm just saying. I thought he was pulling guard at the end. I thought he was pulling that overhand down. And if you think about it, that 1 extra second, that actually saves him from the round. That actually saves him from the round from that grab.
Yeah.
Man, fuck yeah, that was an early stoppage. Back the fuck up, ref. There was 1 second left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he pulls guard. He literally pulls the arm down. He
was in trouble. But he was okay, and more importantly, there was 1 fucking second left. Come on, he's gonna be okay. It wasn't the worst stoppage I've ever seen, but it was surely a little early, man. I mean, He was hurt, but he wasn't out at all. And again, the fucking round was over. He was about to get his minute, and he would have been fine. He still might have went on to lose the fight. He still got caught with a beautiful counter uppercut that he didn't see coming, which was surprising to me. I thought that Duffy would have the better hands and be the more technical boxer. But clearly, what the fuck do I know? But I don't know why anybody even tunes into the show to hear me talk. I'd be wrong like a motherfucker. You want to make some money, just bet against me.
Yeah, that's the funny part. The funny thing to me was Duffy got the 2 takedowns in the fight. Vic got none. That was like, woo.
Vic set that uppercut up perfect, though. He got his distance right with the left hand, just put it on a pow. That shit was nice, man.
Yeah, beautiful. All right. Before them, Mark Godby wins the fight by DQ. We'll go one by one here just really quickly, though. Ashley, that should look intentional to you.
Fuck yeah, it did. The ref turned around and says time 5 times. And if you watch as well, fucking he throws the cross, stops, because he goes, I can't reach him with that. And whilst he's saying, time, he stops the punch and then throws the fucking kick. That was undoubtedly a fucking, there was no way on God's green earth. When Joe Rogan said afterwards, I think he could have fought, he got kneed in the dick and then he took a flush head kick. What more? Dude, what do you want him to fucking do? That was just a bullshit that was fucking dirty. He had 4 times where he had the ref say time, and he literally stopped throwing his cross to throw a head kick. Get the fuck out of it. That's bullshit. 100%.
Yeah, I thought, dude, it looked bad. It looked fucking bad. And and I think Walt Harris tried to play it off later on. I didn't hear. Dude, he was in your ear, right here about it. Jeremiah, intentional or not?
I think it was intentional, but the question is, could Godbeer have went on? It basically was a damn foot slap, but it was intentional. He was in his face hollering like a motherfucker, man. And the bad part about it, Walt was winning the fight.
Yeah, he had that fight.
He was winning the fight. He just fucked himself. So yeah, I'm not too disappointed in the call.
Fred.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't want to say that he could have went on. Listen, man, it's hard for me to sit on my fucking couch, right, and be like, "You a pussy, Jack. Just keep fighting."
True.
I mean, maybe getting kicked in the fucking face by a goddamn heavyweight did hurt him.
Yeah.
Do I feel like if you had one of his kids hostage, he could have kept fighting? Probably. Probably. And man, listen, it definitely looks bad when the ref is going fucking stop, no, and don't. But man, shit does happen quick and you can't really put it back in. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It was a weird thing, man. We were fine. What do they end up calling it? A
DQ.
A
TKO by DQ? Or just
No,
DQ?
it was DQ. It was just
a
DQ.
DQ. Yeah, it was just a DQ.
Okay, so yeah, Gabriel wins by DQ.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't know. Fuck that fight. Fuck that fight.
All right,
It happened, and then it didn't happen, and then it happens, and this happens. Can we all just move on? Two new opponents just act. This is like fucking some broad that you didn't want to fuck on a one-night stand. Let's all just move on and act like this never happened. I really don't know what just happened.
Yeah,
but fuck it.
I never thought of it that way. That's good shit. All right, before that, a fucking fight that we all thought was gonna suck ended up being okay. Actually, OSP Heck took the shit out of Corey Anderson to put him out.
Yeah, tell you what, you said a mouthful there. I thought for sure this fight was going to suck and bigger shit. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Way to go, as OSP.
Yeah. OSP. Well,
Fuck.
There you go. Before that, Mickey Gall loses the decision to Randy Brown. Mickey Gall didn't look as bad as I thought he would.
Fuck that. He looked like shit, and I'm happy. Mickey, you're so fine. You blow my mind. Hell, fuck yourself, Mickey. That's what you get. Goddamn gravy train's over, sucker. Welcome to the real world. Randy fucking Brown. How about that?
I think my favorite part of that whole fight was during the commentary right before the fight when they couldn't DC and Joe Rogan couldn't name Mike Jackson, the first guy that Gall fought in the UFC. He was like, yeah, that writer guy, that guy. And I was laughing because Mike Jackson takes shit like that personally. And
he's a fucking yoga instructor.
Yeah, well, yeah, all right. And then the other fight that ended all fucking weird. Curtis Blades hit fucking Oleinik in the face with a toe, and he wins via doctor stoppage.
Come on, he flicked his fucking ear with his pinky toe. Get the fuck out of
Did
here.
they go to the replay on that?
Yo.
Yeah, they did.
It was his little toe that flicked his ear.
They went to the replay after he told the doctor he couldn't continue, just to see if it was going to be a DQ or not, or a TKO.
Listen. We can give Mark Godbeard a little shit, but at least he tasted a little foot and got him right there in the face a little bit. What are you going to do? I don't get kicked in the face very often. Maybe I wouldn't have either. But I'll tell you what, I can take a goddamn kick in the ear. For sure. For sure. And I'm a fucking self-known pussy. I could take a shot in the earlobe. Bullshit, Oleinik. What the fuck was that shit?
You know what I like is Oleinik after I told him about the ear. He was getting up from the ear kick, and he's like holding his face, like, oh shit, like
he said he couldn't feel his face. He said he couldn't feel his face.
I mean, after all the shots he took,
do a little blow in the corner. What are we talking about? You got kicked in the ear. We seen it on the TV.
All right, and then the first fight of the night, Ricardo Ramos or Ricardo Ramos takes a hobby out with a spinning elbow, puts him kills him. He looked dead.
Elbow.
That was a nasty elbow. Yeah, so everyone thought, because it was it's Sahabi's brother, that he was gonna win pretty easily. No, it's pretty bad. Jordan J Check says just because I lost doesn't mean I'm gonna go into hiding. A little bit of Rousey shade. Yeah. So
no shit. Of course she's fucking I'm not surprised. Like,
yeah, no shit. Like that. Hopefully not. That's not what we expect.
I was gonna say, you're from Poland. God damn, you're one of the hardest chicks in the world. Like, I expect you to be back in 2 months. Like, god damn, like, come on.
Cody Garbrandt says he doesn't want to make excuses, but says he was talking about his back injury and recovery. He said he got more shots 1 month before the fight. I knew that was going to be a thing.
You gotta love that when somebody says, "I'm not trying to make excuses,
But
here's one.
just throw whatever you about to say. We can throw right out the window."
Oh, here's a weird fucking like what the fuck, Cody? Cody, this is a quote from Cody Garbrandt. I'm not gonna die with dreams. I'm gonna die with memories. And everyone's wondering what the fuck he's talking about.
Is he high right now?
Who said that, Cody?
Yeah, he might be
He's concussed.
yeah, I think he's hurt.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoned right now, but that's got me thinking real hard.
Yeah.
Dreams or memories?
Yeah, yeah. For
True.
whoever's stoned right now, you guys are fucking like.
You're probably gonna die with both, whether you like it or not, my dude. You're gonna have dreams and memories for the rest of your life, fool.
And then he says, I got caught tonight. It was me versus me tonight. Okay.
I mean, well, you know that's a fact.
Guy needs CT scan, quick time, the CAT scan.
All right, to wrap, yeah, right. To wrap this whole thing up with the next little bow, one by one. Ash, greatest UFC pay-per-view of all time?
Definitely greatest main card. Definitely greatest main card.
Greatest main card. All right, Jeremiah.
Possibly. I could probably think of a couple more, but yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Fred.
No, I don't think it was the greatest of all time. It was a really good card, but fuck GSP. I ain't that happy about his return anyways. I mean, all this shit was cool, but quite frankly, I think it was a turd that had a whole lot of polish to it. I mean, you know, we didn't have no Anderson Silvas, no Brock Lesnar's, no Fedors. There was no fluffers on the card. It was cute and all, but this was not it for me. I know everybody's in their feels right now, and it was a fantastic card. But the greatest, the GOAT card. Calm down, everybody.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that one yet. I really don't. But I will say, incredible main card.
Oh, for sure,
Incredible.
up there, top 5 probably.
Yeah, for me, it's the top 3, top 5.
The main card stacked as fuck. Like that, the main card for everything that we got out of it was ridiculous. Like, but I don't know about greatest pay-per-view, like pound for pound prelims, all that other bullshit.
Yeah.
That's hard to say, but definitely it's in the top 5 easily for main card.
Sure.
All right. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we head out of here for the night and everyone can actually try and get some sleep, especially you, Ash. It's popping.
Yeah, you're saying this, and it's like 6:15 in the morning for me right now. Man.
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. for you.
You might as well just pack it in with the sleeping jacket. This is the point where we started with the Adderalls.
Ain't no sleep here. I got my 4 kids here and 2 extra sleepover guests, so ain't no sleep here for a little bit.
Yeah,
sounds like they're remodeling this bitch.
Yeah, all right. I gotta go walk my dog, and go to sleep. So, all right, guys. The Twitter handles are down here. You can fucking see this shit, right? Follow everybody. Just follow everybody. Jeremiah's at the Hardcore MMA Show. Make sure you find them on YouTube. Ash from the Heel Hook Show. Make sure you find that show on YouTube. Subscribe to everything. And of course, myself, Fred Kirby, on the Keyboard Warriors. Every Wednesday, we'll be back, of course. All right. Shout out to Representative. Shout out to SpicySports.com for everybody on the team, everyone here. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a wonderful night, wonderful day, wherever, depending where you're at. And good night, Wilshire.
Peace out.